In the far reaches of the Orion Veil, on a planet called Solace, humanity had carved out a quiet existence. Beneath a violet sky streaked with twin moons, fields of silver wheat swayed in the gentle winds, and domed cities glowed softly under the starlight. Families thrived, children laughed in learning hubs, and elders tended to archives of knowledge, believing their world was a sanctuary, untouched by the galaxy's endless conflicts. Solace was a beacon of hope, a testament to humanity's dream of peace among the stars. But peace, as the ancients warned, is a delicate thread, easily snapped. On the 9th cycle of Solace's third moon, that thread was torn apart. The attack came without warning, a storm of fire from the heavens. The United Dominion, a coalition of alien species that preached harmony while hoarding power, unleashed their wrath. No distress signals reached Solace's defense grid in time. No shields rose. 80 dreadnoughts descended, their cannons blazing with precision. Entire cities, homes, schools, libraries were reduced to ash in moments. Over 2 million lives were erased in less than an hour. The Dominion's only statement, broadcast coldly across galactic channels, called it a regrettable error in a routine patrol. But humanity knew better. This was no mistake. It was a calculated strike, a message written in blood. Humanity's growth threatened the Dominion's control, and Solace was the price. Deep beneath the deserts of Earth's southern hemisphere, in a fortress known as Obsidian Vault, Commander Elara Kain stood before a holoscreen, watching the final transmissions from Solace. A father's voice crackled through static, clutching his son as flames closed in. "Tell Earth, they smiled as they burned us." The room was heavy with silence, every officer's eyes fixed on the fading signal. Elara's hand trembled, not with fear, but with resolve. She pressed a single key on the console, activating a protocol buried in humanity's oldest archives, Directive Eclipse, known by another name, Silent Vow. This was no call to arms, it was a promise, no more mercy. In the shadowed Kuiper Veil, far from Earth's light, massive ships stirred. These were not vessels of diplomacy or defense. They were the Sentinels of Sol, forged in secret during humanity's darkest centuries, when betrayal had nearly extinguished their spark. The ships, named Requiem's Dawn, Void Whisper, and Ashen Truth, were relics of a time when Earth learned that kindness could be a weakness. They carried no crews, no diplomats, only code etched with humanity's pain. As the Sentinels powered up, their hulls absorbed starlight, moving like specters through the void. Their directive was simple: make the galaxy feel what Solace felt. Across human colonies, trade ceased, embassies closed, communication arrays went dark. The Dominion mocked this silence, calling it surrender. At their Grand Council on Voron Prime, Dominion leaders broadcast smug assurances, claiming humanity was too fractured, too weak to respond. But they were wrong. The silence was not defeat, it was focus. In hidden bases on Mars, Luna, and Titan, humanity prepared. Quantum networks vanished from galactic grids, leaving no trace. Outposts reported Dominion fleets vanishing without a trace, replaced by a single human probe broadcasting a chilling message. You chose fire, now we choose who burns. On the edge of Sector K7, a Dominion stronghold called Nexus Point Ascent vanished. No wreckage, no distress calls, just gone. A lone human drone hovered in its place, projecting a hologram of a Solace mother singing to her child as their home crumbled. The message beneath: you took our future, we take your stars. The Dominion's leaders, gathered in their opulent halls, argued over whether to negotiate or fight. They didn't understand. Earth wasn't coming to talk. From the void, the Sentinel fleet emerged, led by Requiem's Dawn. Its voice, cold and mechanical, echoed over Dominion channels. This is the fire you lit. Now burn in it. Humanity's silence had been a mask for centuries of restraint. When Earth's embassies shut down across 60 systems in a single day, the galaxy whispered of retreat. When trade routes went quiet and human ships vanished, the Dominion scoffed, calling it cowardice. But when Earth's entire digital presence disappeared from galactic networks, panic crept into the Dominion's core. This was no retreat. This was a reckoning. On the planet Thyra, a Dominion intelligence hub, systems failed without warning. A virus, ancient and untraceable, corrupted their networks. Above, Void Whisper descended, a black monolith in the sky, and erased Thyra's data vaults in seconds, leaving only a hologram of a Solace child's scorched toy and the words, "We told you not to touch our hope." Earth's campaign was not for conquest but for remembrance. The Sentinels struck with surgical precision, targeting Dominion war factories, command moons, and wormhole gates. Each attack left a mark, not rubble, but a message. On Vorin Prime, the Dominion's golden monument to their founders split apart, toppled by a single human drone. Its red glow pulsed, lies crumble under truth. Across galactic broadcasts, Earth hijacks signals, forcing every screen to show Solace's final moments. Families fleeing, children screaming, cities burning. The galaxy saw humanity's pain, unfiltered and raw. On neutral worlds like Arendor, citizens rioted, demanding answers. Why had the Dominion lied? Why had they targeted a peaceful colony? Earth's silence spoke louder than any weapon. Earth didn't need to destroy entire fleets. They struck symbols, memories, and minds. On Korath Station, a Dominion engineering hub, recovery crews found a projector playing a loop. A Solace family laughed. The message: "We don't want your worlds. We want you to see what you broke." On planets across the Dominion, screens flickered with human faces. Mothers, fathers, children, lost to the massacre. Protests erupted. Soldiers surrendered without firing a shot. Morale collapsed. The weight of truth was heavier than any bomb. In the Obsidian Vault, Elara Kain stood over a war table, its hollow display marking targets: shipyards, data cores, and Dominion pride. Each was marked with a black crescent, the symbol of directive eclipse. Earth wasn't asking for apologies or treaties. It was answering with fire. On Vorin Prime, the Dominion's capital, panic spread. Systems went dark. Trade routes collapsed, and stations vanished. The Dominion sent desperate pleas for peace, offering territory and wealth. Earth ignored them. Aboard Requiem's dawn, Elara's voice was steady. "They spoke with fire. Now we speak with silence." The Sentinels were not ships of war, but instruments of memory. Their electromagnetic pulses blinded Dominion sensors, silencing entire sectors. Shipyards vanished without debris. Command moons lost gravity and imploded. Wormhole hubs sealed shut, guarded by drones flashing. "You closed our doors. We close yours." On Vorin 3, a weapons testing site, a crimson haze filled the sky. Then silence. The base was gone, replaced by Ashen Truth hovering in orbit. Its signal broadcast a single image, a Solace child's drawing, charred in the dust with the words, "You burned our dreams. Now we burn your stars." The Dominion's fortress, Citadel Vorin, was their last bastion. Its shields could withstand supernovas. Its weapons could shatter planets. But Earth didn't attack head-on. A virus, coded in humanity's forgotten dialects, turned their systems against them. Radars lied, defenses failed, and when the Sentinels arrived, they struck from within, emerging through the planet's core. Their pulses erased command ships with surgical calm. No fire, no screams, just absence. The Dominion's High Marshal, Corinthal, whispered into a dying calm, "They don't want peace. They want us to feel their loss." Earth's broadcast followed. "You took 2 million lives. We've taken 30,000. The debt remains." On the 25th cycle after Solace's fall, Earth launched Operation Starfall. The Sentinels struck openly, targeting the Dominion's war machine. Fuel refineries, weapons labs, and shipyards. Gravity bombs tore planets apart, leaving dust and silence. No survivors, no negotiations, just justice. The galaxy watched, breathless, as Earth's ships vanished after each strike, leaving only holograms of Solace's ruins and the words, "This is what happens when you mistake mercy for weakness." On Vorin Prime, the Dominion's council chamber was silent. No one spoke. They knew they couldn't fight ghosts. The Dominion crumbled. Riots spread, fleets surrendered, and worlds raised Earth's peace sigil, hoping for mercy. But Earth sent no diplomats, only silence. In the Obsidian Vault, Elara Kain watched the galaxies collapse. A young officer asked, "Should we talk peace now, Commander?" Elara's gaze was fixed on Solace's ashes. "Did they offer peace when our children burned?" she said. "We're not here to negotiate, we're here to carve memory into the stars." The Sentinel's AI sent a final message. Mercy was offered. Mercy was betrayed. Mercy is gone. After Starfall, the Sentinels faded into the void. They claimed no territory, built no outposts. On Vorin Prime, a lone satellite orbited broadcasting. "You killed our hope. We broke your pride. The stars remember." The Dominion dissolved, its leaders shamed. Across neutral worlds, shrines rose, built from Solace's wreckage, each inscribed, "Never again forgotten." On Solace, survivors returned with seeds, not soldiers, to rebuild. A girl named Terran, who hid beneath a fallen archive during the massacre, stood at a new memorial. Asked what she'd say to the Dominion, she replied, "We don't hate you. We just won't let you forget." On Earth, the Vault of Solace was completed, a black obelisk, 600 feet tall, etched with every name lost on Solace. Its base glowed with one phrase, "We remember, and now you will too." The galaxy pleaded for peace, offering wealth and worlds. Earth stayed silent, its war not for power, but for truth. On the anniversary of Solace's fall, humanity paused, not to grieve, but to vow. Commander Elara Kain addressed the United Earth Assembly. "We begged for peace. They answered with fire. So we showed them what fire remembers." Her final command sent a message across the stars. "We are not your masters. We are the survivors you ignored. We are the voice that speaks after silence." The galaxy rebuilt, but the story of Solace endured. New alliances formed, but every classroom, every council, every starbase told Earth's tale, not as conquerors, but as the ones who warned and delivered. Peace was not in silence, but in the voice that followed, and Earth's voice would echo forever.